Alright, hopefully it's recording. So this will be a track guide for the ERGP Mid-Ohio Silver category, which is in the Formula 3 car. And a lap time of 1 minute 16.48. I'm sure there's a few more tenths quite easily in it. So let's look at the lap replay first, and then I'll go over it with some comments. So I'll just let it play and hold up. Make sure I'm doing this right. That one off. Now it should be good. All right. So I'll just let it play. Alright, that was a lap. I'll just rewind it. And I just realized I really should have turned on the steering wheel in the graphics options, but oh well. We'll make do. You can still see the steering wheel on the left. Alright, so of course if you're going for a hot lap or for a qualifying lap, you want to get a nice wide entry here. And then just a few comments on the car first as well. I only just bought the car like an hour ago. But the first thing I learned was that you can shift a lot earlier than the red line. The engine has a lot of torque apparently, and you can shift like a good 1,000 RPM before the red line. So almost when the gear display on Raceroom goes green is a good time to shift up to be in the best part of the power band. So turn one's interesting. I think it's possible if you get it just about right to go full throttle, but not sure if you gain. You might run a bit wide on the exit and run over the curb a bit too much and slow you down. But so what I do actually is I downshift to 5th and then back up to 5th, back up to 6th. And the downshift is basically just to get it to turn a little bit better, rotate a little bit better. I'm not 100% sure it works, but felt like it. So watching for the braking point, I don't remember where I brake here, right around there, so the 200 board is on the left, or just out of sight there. And this one, of course, the goal is to get a good exit for the long straight that comes up, but many different lines options here, especially when you're battling with others. And I do a similar technique here. I shift to 2nd and then back up to 3rd when just before I actually accelerate. So that shift to 2nd is just to get the rear to rotate. I could probably accomplish the same with different brake bias. I think I'm running 52%. I haven't tried anything else, so I'm not sure if it would work, but let's have a look here. So there's that patient waiting for the car to turn and then slam on the throttle. In the F3 car, it's super easy in many places to wait too long to get on the throttle because you do have so much grip that you can get on the throttle early and you have enough grip to still stay on the track on the exit. And down the straight quickly. And let's see the braking point here. So 200s roughly on our left. Maybe we're a little bit past it. So super important in this corner to just carry massive amounts of speed in. You can use all the road on the exit and not have to worry about getting wide for the left-hander that comes up afterwards. So I'm in third gear there, and probably possible in fourth as well. So I do shift up to fourth for a split second there. Probably unnecessary. You can keep it in third as well, I guess. And then the tricky crest here for the corner, staying pretty much on the inside the whole time. And then on the exit, and by whole time I mean up to the apex, and then on the exit you can really let it run out. And I'm not 100% sure in the F3 car if it's worth going really wide for the next right-hander. So I go fairly wide, but a pretty early turn in. I think if you go just a tiny bit wider than this, then you're on the low grip part, and it doesn't really work. And you notice I just had to have a little bit of a lift there because I realized that I was going to run out a little bit too wide. So just a quick partial lift to bring the front of the nose down and give it some grip. And this is probably one of the trickiest corners to get right. I think especially in the F3 car, it's super tricky to get right. So I'm staying in fourth gear, I think. I'm in fifth gear now, but downshift to fourth. And just the timing and pressure of the brake is super important. And you notice here I do have a bit of a struggle there, so always when you go over that crest, you basically have to be prepared for the back end to step out. And it's perfectly fine for the car to have the back end step out as long as you're ready for it. Now this one's interesting. You notice I'm using absolutely all the track on the right hand side, but again I'm not sure. I haven't done that many laps, so I'm not sure if it's the best because I think I missed the apex by a fair bit here. Yeah, so I think potentially I could turn it a bit earlier, try to hit the curb on the inside, and that might be the grippier part of the track as well. But this works out okay as well. No big issue. And actually, let's see the brake use there. You can notice I just have a tiny tap there and another tiny tap there. Just to slow it down a little bit. If you'd brake really hard there, you'd probably just struggle to turn in. And a good brake reference point here is just the curb on the right. And I think on this lap I brake pretty much when I get there. Yep. And here it's all about modulating the brake. If you brake too hard, you'll struggle. If you downshift too early, the back end can step out as well. So again, here I shift to second, just to get the car to rotate. And again, maybe a different brake bias would do it just as well. And then I shift to third, actually at the same time that I start getting on the throttle. And super important here to remember that you have that grip, you can get on the power nice and early, you can run out pretty far on the left before the kink here, and I could have probably got on the throttle a little bit earlier there. I probably lost about a tenth there. But yeah, it's a lap with a few quick tips for the silver guys. Thanks for watching, have fun this weekend.